welcome into Wet Nose Wednesday, new way of doing it. It's definitely rainy outside. But I was talking to Alyssa, who used to work with me with Wet Nose Wednesday, our award-winning Wet Nose Wednesday, and Alyssa's part of that. So we were talking, and I said, I got to go figure out hair and makeup. I'm in the studio right now. And she goes, oh, it's raining. I'm not doing anything with my hair, because you're outside with the dogs. And tell us where you are now. You're with the Dog Wizard, right? All right, so tell me about that, because you have Tara, who is the brains behind the Dog Wizard. Tell us about that. Welcome into your very first time on Wet Nose Wednesday.
How are you?
Good, good. Tell us about your organization and what it is that you do.
Okay, so I'm a franchise. I'm the Dog Wizard Greenville. We have lots of different franchises, and we're based out of Charlotte, North Carolina. And so I've been here. I worked for the Greenville Dog Wizard when I first moved to South Carolina about 5 years ago. And then I bought it 2 years ago. So what we do is we do dog training, and sometimes we bring in rescues and try to rehome them. We do service dog work, some therapy dog work, but mostly just basic obedience and helping people have a better relationship with their dogs.
Well, that's a good thing, because a lot of people, especially now, are finding out that their dogs are a little more traumatized from them being here and then being at home. And then sometimes you have to leave and do go back to the office or leave. And so they're used to you always being there. So I like the dog training idea. And Buddy we're going to talk about Buddy. And Buddy came to you through a very special circumstance. His owner suddenly passed away. Yes. And they were looking for a home for him. And tell us a little bit about Buddy's story.
Well, I don't know a whole lot about Buddy. I do know he's 11 years old. He's a boxer mix. He's very sweet. You know, he was really, really nervous when he first came to us 2 weeks ago. And one of the man's family members asked us if we would board him, you know, until she figured out what she was going to do. And she's got 3 dogs of her own. So we have been boarding Buddy and trying to rehabilitate him a little bit while he's been here. So, I mean, that's what we know about him. Like, he's really loving. He's sweet. And I think when he gets used to somebody, like, he would be really, really a really good dog for them.
Yeah, I mean, he's very good. And Alyssa was telling me a little bit about him and how he acts, and he just loves attention, and he loves Alyssa. Because we used to call Alyssa, when we did Wet Nose Wednesday, we would go out to the different rescues and shelters, we called her the Dog Whisperer.
Because she does really good. That's why I wanted her here.
Exactly. We always called her the Dog Whisperer. I always wanted to get her a nameplate for that, because there's these big dogs, and you know how tiny in stature Alyssa is. And then these dogs would just love her and just be calm around her. So
yeah, I have a few of those dogs myself. I have 9 dogs of my own.
Wow.
And one of them is huge. And she does like really well. Anybody that walks in there and sees him, they're like, well, I'll see you later. And Alyssa's like, okay, so I need to take him outside. I'm like, yeah, take him outside. She just walks out there like it's not anything. But I mean, she's got a big dog in her home, but my dog's a little bigger than hers. So it didn't bother her a bit.
Well, perfect. And she was telling me how sweet Buddy is. And we also talked about how Buddy, sometimes he's a little more apprehensive around men than women, but it's because he's a ladies' man.
Yeah. You're a ladies' man, Buddy.
I think so. And Alyssa's like giving him scratches and treats. I mean, Alyssa, I think that's your man.
Yeah. Good boy, Buddy.
Okay, so we're trying to find a new home for him. And how would they go about it? Would they get in touch with you? And how do they get in touch with the Dog Wizard?
And my phone number that they can call me on or text me on is 276-733-1765. Or they can email me at tara.allen@thedogwizard.com.
I love it. He knows a camera is on him, and he's working it. He's working it.
Showing off. Okay, so I think Buddy would be fine with a man. I think he would be a little apprehensive at first, but he lived with a man all of his life. So I don't know what his little trust issue is there, but it just takes him a minute to warm up to somebody. I think he needs to be in a home with no other dogs, just, just him and a new owner.
I think that's a good thing because he's been through a lot. He's been through a lot for his constant companion to suddenly pass away. So yeah,
if you've seen him the day he came here 2 weeks ago and you see him now, there's a very, very big difference in him.
Exactly.
So he's learned to trust again. He's not so nervous. I think he's doing really well. Don't you, Alyssa?
He's doing really good.
Yeah.
So that's good. So I mean, he's just looking. He's looking for treats and he's looking for a new home and love.
Yeah.
He's such a love. He's such a love. Well, perfect. I will have going across the screen. I will have how they can get in touch with you, and also more information too. And if I'd just like to give you a little shout out there. So if they ever need help with everything going on right now, because we are in unprecedented times, and we have all learned how to pivot and go a different way from the way we did things before. Because we used to go out like a camera crew and set up and do Wet Nose Wednesday and play with the animals. So this is a totally different way. But yeah, I think this is a great way too to see how he actually interacts with people, and he's great. I mean, he's not shy. He's loving. He wants those treats, and he also wants to explore. So a lot of people will be like, "Oh, that's an older dog," but he's got a lot of spirit in him for his age.
Yeah, he does. He does not act like an 11-year-old dog at all.
Okay, perfect. Well, Tara and Alyssa and Buddy, thank you so much. But perfect. So if you need some more information, you can go to our website, magic989.com. And of course, I will, on the website and the story with Buddy, it will direct how they can get in touch with you and help him find his forever home. Because there may be someone out there that's not necessarily looking for an animal, but they know somebody that is. And that's always the way that we always say, make sure everybody shares the story. So.
Okay.
Awesome.
So thank you both so much, Buddy. Thank you, Buddy. I just want to scratch you. You're so cute. And I've got my door closed to my studio. My dog Charlotte's outside the door, so she's jealous. She's like, "You're talking to another dog."
He's standing here whining too.
Aww.
What is it? What do you want? You want to go outside?
They know that word. No matter what language it is, they know outside and go.
You want to go outside? Oh, okay.
Yeah, he does.
Right to the door.
Thanks for joining me for another edition of Wet Nose Wednesday. And please do what you can to help Buddy find his forever home. And I want to remind you, if you have a pet, have your pet spayed or neutered. And if you're considering a pet, adopt and don't shop. I'm Cherie Taylor for Magic 98.9 and Wet Nose Wednesday.